deficit in that third period?
I would say that they would have learned something. We have a certain style of game that we play, and it's hard. And there's no halfway to play that game. And we went through the first 30 minutes for sure, possibly 2 periods of hockey where we weren't anywhere near. We didn't look the way we were supposed to look. It just wasn't right, wasn't hard enough. And that's all we needed in the third. It wasn't about winning the game. I mean, the comeback's great for the players. They get to enjoy it. But to be able to not have anything going for 2 periods and then get to play hard the way we need to play, that's a really important thing to carry with you. So you always know you're never out of a game. But it's not where you got one break. Our game changed. We played a different game in the third period. And I'm sure at 3-0 they did too. But we found a way to play our game.
What was the biggest challenge early on?
Or half step behind everything, so we couldn't get to any. We couldn't play physical because we could never get there. They moved the puck very, very quickly. They were sharp. They were on it. They were moving into holes, lots of speed. We're a team that really doesn't give much off the rush, and there's no proof of that for the first 20 especially. They were good. They're a good team, right? So we weren't right, and when 2 good teams meet and one of them's not right, they dominate us early. Our goaltender is very, very strong, as always. And then, but the game's never over. Most importantly, you got to get to your game. You don't want to play 60 minutes like that because then you can't sleep for 2 days.
Obviously, all the magic was in the third, but how much did Sam's goal in the second just change the complexion?
Yeah, it certainly kind of stopped the bleeding anyway. You go into the third period down 3. It's quite a bit tougher. The 2, the dreaded 3-1 lead. You know you are just one shot away from changing the mood in the room, changing the tenor and of the game.
Power plays been good all year, but the rise to the
so
occasion
good,
so many times.
and look different, right? Both of those goals are not the standard kind of Barkov to Chuck Reinhardt combination that we've seen. So some growth in our power play, outstanding tonight.
What did you make of Kyle Laposo's debut as a Panther?
Yeah, I liked it. Just so smart, just a smart, cagey veteran. He made a lot of smart plays. I like what he says on the bench. He's very aware of what's going on. You know, he could tell we weren't going right, so kept his game very simple. First one in. I was really happy with the fourth line. I thought they were the one line that played hard all night. They played the game. Their game tonight didn't look like the rest of the teams, and they, kind of maybe gave us some faith to keep it going. They managed the puck well. They almost our only zone time really through most of the first 2 periods. That was the line, and we played them a little bit more, and maybe that's why we had a little more jump at the end of the game. Okay, everybody.
Thank you, Coach. Matthew, what was said during that second intermission that allowed your team to change the trajectory of this game?
A lot of, this is not us, this is not good enough. A lot of, my line wasn't good enough, but somehow we're still in the game. So, I've actually played here a few times, and that's been a similar game. We're down in the third and found a way to win it. So, I knew that it was a game that was up for grabs if we came out and played well in the third, and we definitely did that.
What was the biggest factor in that third period that allowed you guys to overcome that 3-0 lead?
I felt like we just had the puck way more. We were in their zone way more. More shots, more guys at the net, just more time with the puck and more confidence, I think. I don't know what our problem was in the first 2 periods, but in the third was a different team.
Obviously, the team you might see later down the road. How much do you guys kind of want to make a statement and kind of show the fight you did tonight?
Well, both of us, our teams would be very happy if that's the case. And they're a great team over there. They're definitely a powerhouse in the West, and a lot of great players. They play a great team game, and you got to give them credit. They dominated us for most of the night, but then you got to give credit to us. We found a way in the end.
And a big part of that was the power play. It's been good all season. But what was working there in the third period in particular?
It took us after that first one to feel it out and get back and get used to it. It's a little bit different the way they do some of the stuff, but just moving it quick. Had the puck, didn't have to go 200 feet, that type of stuff that makes you have success. So we stuck with it, and it paid off in the end.
And how big was Bob? It seemed like he spotted you guys a lot of time.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, even though it was 3-0, it could have easily been 8-0. Like it actually could have been. So he did a great job of keeping us in it, and we told him to shut the door in the third, and we're going to find a way to win. We did it.
Some new faces on this team, and you're without your top defenseman, Aaron Ekblad. Just what can you learn about your team in a game like this? Yeah,
it's definitely obviously tough taking a big minute guy like that out, but guys stepped up, especially in the third. It took us a little bit to get used to it. Add another lefty in there playing offside, which makes it a little bit of that part a little bit of a challenge, but I thought the guys did well, and I love what Oki brings to the team on and off the ice, and we told him after the game that's not normally how we do it, but we're happy to get the win. Thanks, guys.
Matthew, was the last time your team erased a multi-goal deficit in the third? Just what was the turning point in your mind that led to the result?
I don't know. I think even though it wasn't our game tonight, I think we really stuck with it. You know, Bobby made some unreal saves at some key moments in the game and kept us in. And you know, real character win to come back.
Yeah, what did you learn about your team in a win like this?
Yeah, like even when we're not playing and everything is going our way, that's how it's going to be in the playoffs too. Every night it's not going to be your best game, so I think we're learning a lot that we can still win with this game.
When you talk about the playoffs, did it kind of feel a little bit like a playoff game in the third? The way you guys were acting, it seemed like this meant a lot.
Absolutely, that's what we said. We got to learn how to play when you know it's not bouncing our way and everyone's on top of the game. So Bobby saved us today, I would say, and then we pulled out a good one.
This was Sam Bennett's 600th game in the NHL. Big goal for him there to tie it up. So what uniqueness does he bring to this team? It seems like he's a real culture guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's a really good guy. You know, he's playing hard every single night. He gives 100%, and you know he can do it all. He can run over guys and he can score big goals, and you see it today. Thank you.
Guys.